Hey ho! Let's go! Welcome back to our show. Thank you once again for joining us. The World Series heads to Game 5, one game longer than one of us predicted, me. We'll keep you updated on that. We're also going to look back at the 2025 outfield, and I think the DH positions with a look ahead to 2026. But as we always do, we begin the show by asking you the question, where else would you rather be than right here, right now? You're looking live at our split studios. This is Fantasy Baseball Now, episode 61.
This is good for the podcast.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Remind me of college there. Episode 61.
Don't take the road acid.
Part is here for our show, part of the ball9.com podcast network. I am Sean. This is Mike. How are you?
I'm good. We actually took part in the earliest mock draft in the history of mock drafts, I think. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, give a shout out to Scott White and the awesomeness at CBS Sports Fantasy Baseball crew. They had Mike and I on their first mock draft. It literally concluded maybe a half a second before we went on the air, but
10 seconds.
Yeah, the full results of the draft, by the way, will be on CBS Sports Fantasy Baseball page tomorrow, I believe, in the morning.
Yeah.
You cannot be accused of being a homer. You had the first pick of the mock draft season. I don't know how you got that, but you did.
I hate picking first. And I hate who I had to take.
You got to take them.
You got to take them. I'm so tired of this bastard. And I still took him. So pick one, I had to take Ohtani. Before we do that, you can follow us at ball9.com. Smash the like button on the podcast. Find us on YouTube. Find us on Spotify. Find us wherever podcasts are close to you.
He did not pick a red.
Not with the first pick, but I did. You know something? We'll talk about that. Because I'm not happy. I wanted to.
I had picked 7. I ended up with Corbin Carroll, which I was happy with, and then backed it up with the big Amish, Nick Kurtz, in round 2.
And then I came back at the top of 2, bottom of 2 and 3 with Trey Turner and Jazzy Jazz Chisholm Jr. And picking one in a 12-team league is open draft it's not great. Because you just keep watching guys go over and over and over again. And to your point, big man from Mass, I desperately wanted to take Roman Anthony, and I had him all queued up and ready to go, and he went in, if I can find it, like in whatever round I was going to take him, he went 3 picks before I could take him.
Yeah, I had a couple spots.
And it was early. I mean, it definitely was early. It would have been he went in the, well, you can't do this. If I check on roster grid, and maybe draft order will actually have it now.
If you go to draft results has it by round, by pick.
So now I'll have to go to draft results.
It was tough. I almost went against everything I believe in. I almost took Ronald Acuna with that 7th pick, and I devalue him a little bit. I think his days of stealing bases are over, hence the Corbin Carroll pick. For context, folks, the first one, Ohtani, Judge, Soto, Jose Ramirez, Bobby Witt was 5th, Ellie De La Cruz, Corbin Carroll, and then Tucker.
I was surprised Witt wasn't 3rd.
Same here.
Actually, Soto third. I was literally I was trying to talk myself out of taking Ohtani. I did ask when we entered the chat room if pick one was too soon for Alec Burleson, and I still don't believe he even was picked. Unless I might have taken him at some point.
We'll tomorrow we'll find the link down the CBS Sports once it goes live. We'll post it on our Twitter feed if anyone's interested.
Yeah,
if you don't already go check it. CBS Fantasy Sports is the best I think on the net. So
yeah, there was some. It's interesting. It's interesting doing a draft with a bunch of guys, a lot of whom do this for a living.
Yeah.
Like this is what they do. And just to see how they like how they think and how they load teams, it's pretty interesting.
Absolutely.
It's very interesting. Skubal in the first round in an open draft, that was really surprising.
Yeah, Scooble 10, Crochet 11, Julio Rodriguez 12 to end the first round.
And then Skeens 2, like number 2 coming back up. I mean, that was surprising to me. I mean, it was surprising to me that Ketel Marte went before Junior Caminero.
Yeah.
It was surprising that Yordan Alvarez went as early.
Lindor, I thought would have been a first round pick. He was picked 15.
Yeah, I mean, Devers was picked 36.
He sucks though. The guy I was disappointed. I was really hoping James Wood was going to keep dropping to me in the third round, 7th pick of the third round. He went 3 picks ahead of me, followed by Alvarez, Logan Gilbert. So I took Mookie Betts, hoping.
Yeah, Roman Anthony was the 8th pick of round 6, and he was going to be the 12th pick of round 6. And he went. Frank Stanfield got me like 3 different times.
Yeah, Marty Tallman. I'm not sure who he is with. He picked right ahead of me. He nabbed a few of my guys. Unfortunately, Hunter Brown was the one that hurt, and it's the one that hurt Hunter Brown in the 4th round. I ended up taking Max Fried because I really needed a pitcher there. But I have way too many Yankees. Way too many. I have Fried, Rodon. I took Brian McMahon as my corner infielder. That's just 3 too many.
I've got 2 Oreos, and I wanted Westberg, but I took a lot of younger players. I took Dylan Beavers. I took a lot of younger players. Schlittler.
Yep, Drake Baldwin too.
Drake Baldwin was hiding in plain sight. He didn't go for a long time.
No, he didn't.
I mean, Raleigh went in the 2nd round. So I don't know. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting to do a draft this early when there's so many guys that could be on the move. You know, the rumors about Skubal are out there now that they're going to shop him during the offseason, which is just what an asshole move by Detroit. I mean,
it's terrible.
It's just like, fuck them. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Just pay that man his money and just pay him and build your team around him. You got a GM looking to trade their best player, calling out their best offensive player for the number of times he strikes out. You got Dave Dombrowski basically saying that Bryce Harper's average. I mean, talk about priming for a lockout and just not giving a shit. And they're acting like they just don't care They're trying to devalue every single player right now. But then on the flip side, you see the contract money that's being floated around, the wants for Bellinger, 6 for 160. Tucker, 8 for 251. Schwarber wants 5 at 190.
Yeah.
Like it's just, thank you. That was a good Rounders quote. That it just, who knows? I mean, I think from a fantasy standpoint, you have to approach next year as an all-in year.
Absolutely.
Because
there's not going to be baseball in 27.
I don't think there's going to be, and I will say, as we are now headed to a 6-game World Series, which both of us, actually 4 of us last week, all said Dodgers in 5.
I said sweep.
You said sweep. So 3 of us had Dodgers in 5, and you had a sweep. They'll fix their offense. It'll be Bellinger in center, Tucker in right, Teoscar in left, Bregman at third. Plus, don't worry, they'll be at $500 million next year. Not a big deal. They'll figure it out. But they're not. To me, as this debate continues on and on and on and on and on and on and on. I mean, they do have great pitching, but their pitching got touched up. Ohtani was not spectacular. 18 innings the night before, and reaching base 9 times. Good God. In an 18-inning game. I mean, it does take a toll, but the Blue Jays faced the same thing, right? So, but the Dodgers don't hit, and it's been a problem for them all year. I mean, Edmund shows up, of course. Teoscar shows up, of course, because they do in the playoffs. But all this talent that they have in their system, right? And they can't find spots for these guys to play. And their most clutch hitter in the playoffs so far has been Freddie, as always, has been Freddie Freeman, except for the one game. Ohtani's had 2 good playoff games. Other than that, he hasn't really done
anything. Hey, here's the question I got to ask you. Excuse me.
You can ask away.
Speaking of the World Series,
Toronto's already up 2-0.
What is
Schneider and Vladdy Daddy back to back?
There's that man again, Vladdy. I thought tonight was going to be Blake Snell.
Yeah, it apparently not.
Here's the question of the day. I want to get this show started with. Excuse me.
Blush.
What is more likely? And I should have asked this before it was 2-0 and Blake Snell started weeping on the mound. What is more likely to you? The little engine that could, the low revenue team Toronto wins this series, or Aroldis Chapman pitches again for the New York Yankees.
Apparently, based on the statement from the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Do you remember that smile, the grin when Altuve was covering up the wire?
That sweaty fuck. Fuck him. And I hope he enjoyed watching the playoffs from home. It appears it's more likely that the Jays are going to win a World Series before. Look, he just doesn't like to pitch where people care.
How surprised are you about this Blue Jays? I mean, look at the outings they got from Scherzer and Bieber. You couldn't have seen that coming.
I'm not. I mean, I can't say I'm entirely surprised because this is the pesky bullshit they've done all year. It's what Tom Verducci called it, fast break offense.
Yeah.
Where they have the highest swing rate at first and second pitches of any team in baseball. They strike out almost none. They put the ball in play. They run the bases aggressively. They're terrible. The base running in this World Series has been awful. Awful. And in game 3, Ricky Henderson was spinning in his grave like a top. How bad the base running was. It was just awful base running. almost awful base running. In the big inning that they had last night, Jimenez almost got caught off first base on a line drive, which can never ever happen, and it almost happened. If it wasn't for replay, if it was 10 years ago, he was out. He was called out. I mean, he was safe. There's no doubt about it. But
the Bo Bichette gaff. You think about that, Bo Bichette, right? Getting caught off in the game 3. They got a hit down the line right after that. That turned into an 18-inning game. That could have cost him a run right there.
It's first and third. So many chances. I mean, as much as Joe Davis and John Smoltz make me want to never watch a sporting event, let alone a baseball game, for the rest of my life, Smoltz made a phenomenal point. He goes, whatever happens, and this is like in the 16th inning. He goes, whatever happens in this game, the team that wins is going to be really excited. Yeah. But they're both going to get to look. They both have to look back and see how many opportunities did they have.
Yeah.
To do something during this game that they screwed up, and it was multiple. I mean, that game. And then how about I thought Smoltz was going to pass out and enjoy last night, because all he kept calling for in the 18-inning game was a safety squeeze, and then the Blue Jays put one on last night, and he finally got his safety squeeze. And the other crazy of all the crazy stuff that's already gone on in the first 4 games, there wasn't a double play until last night.
Wow.
And it was like the 7th inning of last night. There was finally, the Dodgers hit into a double play when they had something potentially going, and maybe the 7th inning, and Joe Davis is like, well, there's finally a double play in the World Series, our first double play in the World Series. But then not only terrible plays, but then also some phenomenal plays. Like Barger throwing a guy out at home, Edman making that play off Freeman's glove to throw. I don't know who he threw out at third, but he threw him out by a lot. I mean, just like a tremendous, it's had a lot of pretty good stuff, right? It's had, I mean, all the Blue Jays can hope for is that Blake Trinan shows up on the mound. If Blake Trinan shows up, like, give us more Blake Trinan. That should be a Blue Jays T-shirt right now. We want more Blake Trinan.
Did you see the clips for Game 1 when Dan Plesac, when they were talking about who was going to step up, or I don't know what the context exactly was, unsung hero for Game 1? He picked Addison Barger, and somebody on set goes, he's not in the lineup. And he goes, I know that. He goes, but he's going to get a bat in his hand in the 7th, 8th, or 9th inning. He's going to do something tonight. You watch. And he hit that granny in the 6th inning. And they got video of Plesac after that going wild wherever he was watching the game from. I'm like, that is the greatest prognostication I've ever seen.
Yeah.
A man wasn't in the lineup, and he hit the grand slam to, and the Toronto fans, God love them. I'll tell you, I've been to Blue Jays games up there. The people there are super nice. The beer is cold. It is very delicious. And for them to be chanting, "We don't need you" at Shohei in the first inning,
that's good work.
Game 1 was just fantastic.
That's good work by them.
Yeah.
That's good work by them. So look at the dominoes of the Blue Jays, because they do have the 5th highest payroll in Major League Baseball, and they have the 2nd highest percent to revenue, payroll to revenue percentage in Major League Baseball. The Dodgers are 1, and the Blue Jays are 2. 90% of their revenues are in their payroll. Let's just say for a minute, in the last 2 off seasons, they sign either Ohtani or Soto.
Yep.
Is the probable MVP of the World Series, if they win, on that roster right now? Because they're not giving Vladdy $240 million or whatever he got.
Very possible.
I hate the World Series when I don't have a rooting interest, and especially when I can't figure out which team I hate more. And the Dodgers juggled their lineup. They moved Will Smith to second and moved Betts and Freeman down a slot. They finally decided that Andy Paez can't get a hit in the postseason and have started Alex Call.
Yeah, he needed to sit down. 4 for 50.
Yeah, he was not, that's
That's
not good.
rough.
That's Anthony Volpe shit.
That's rough.
That's not good. So enough on the World Series. The draft was fun. The World Series is still going on. There will be a game in Toronto. Place was packed last night when they were in LA. Good for them. Good for them. But good for them. I still feel like they're going to get a Maple. They're going to be up 3-2 going back to Toronto, and then the Maple Leafs cloud of curse is going to settle over the city, and they're going to find a way to fuck this up, and then I'm going to have to watch another parade from LA, which I won't watch again.
I by the way, I would not, if I was Vladdy Guerrero, I would not tempt fate again and wear a Blue Jays, wear a Maple Leafs jersey to a game 7, because
No,
that's just bad juju, and it
yeah,
worked out for
terrible.
him once.
It's terrible. It's terrible juju. I mean, first of all, the Maple Leafs are lucky to even never get to a game 7, and when they do, they're not winning.
No, they gag it.
Be better off wearing a Raptors jersey than you would be a Maple Leafs jersey. At least they've won in our lifetime.
This is true.
So let's start with outfield rankings. And we did 24. So this is the final rankings on CBS Sports, and this is going to change because there's a couple names on here that were outfield eligible starting the season and are no longer, namely Chisholm and Goodman. But Judge, Soto, Rodriguez, Springer at 4, that's a bit of a surprise. Farrell, PCA, Buxton, I think we both were nervous about him coming in. We'll get to that in a second. Arozarena, Wood, Riley Green, Tucker. I mean, Tucker was probably sitting 3 in June.
Yeah.
Curio was in the top 5 or 6 before he got hurt. Nemo had an unbelievable year. Taylor Ward had an unbelievable year. Duran was probably started the season ranked higher. Soderstrom was a first baseman.
Yep.
So, and then because I couldn't decide between Babe Ruth or Willie Mays, I just went with Willie, Mickey, and the Duke as the outfield trio.
Good song. It's a good song.
And then had the song "Talking Baseball" stuck in my head since about 11 o'clock this morning when I did this.
Absolutely.
But this is how it finished, and when we look at our rankings, and I'll start, well, whatever I bring up, because I can't see which one it is. We'll start with mine. Right? Like I had Tucker 3. I mean, Jordan was hurt, didn't play.
Yep.
Acuna, I can't believe Acuna's not in the top 24, though he went early in an open draft. Butler was disappointing. Santander barely played. O'Neal Cruz can blow me.
Santander was. Is there a bigger waste of money?
Oh, Christ. I mean, he's not even, and he's hurt again.
Right? I mean, my God. Just awful year.
I didn't buy the hype on PCA. I was obviously wrong to do that. I didn't know what to expect of Bellinger. I didn't know if he was going to be Los Angeles Bellinger. Reynolds was very disappointing. Yelich obviously had a phenomenal year. Brenton Doyle had a really good year to a point, and then he dropped off the face of the earth. And then we had the exact same. Well, we had the same 1 through 3. You had Tatis lower. We both had PCA low and Yelich low.
Well, Yelich, he gets hurt all the time. He didn't get hurt this year.
No, he's going to get MVP votes this year. There's no doubt about it. He's going to get MVP votes.
My God, I had Michael Harris ranked that high. Oh man,
I was shocked by that because you hate him. Lawrence Butler was as disappointing a year as anybody on that list, right?
Disappointing. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, Suzuki had a really good year. I mean, the Cubs outfield was really good, but then they weren't.
Yeah.
But then they weren't. And if we were starting over, right? If we were starting over, I mean, Judge and Soto are automatics at 1 and 2, but probably Carroll, Rodriguez, Tatis, in some kind of order. Bellinger moves up, PCA moves up, Yelich moves up, Acuna moves up.
Yeah. Merrill disappointed this year a little bit.
He was hurt a lot. Again, like
yeah.
you can't. I mean, you were 100% right on Arozarena at 24, and I didn't even have him ranked, and I was even more right until August 1st, and then I was incredibly wrong, and you were wrong because he should have been ranked higher. Because he should have been ranked higher. Cruz is Santander didn't play. Santander's a total waste of money. Butler was very disappointing. Langford was hurt. Had a decent year.
He was having a good year till he got hurt.
Wood had a phenomenal first half. Nobody on that list had a more disappointing year than O'Neal Cruz. I expected O'Neal Cruz in the first month. Battlefield Bob was talking about him going 30-50.
Yeah.
And then he didn't even play every day on the friggin' Pirates.
Battlefield Bob sampling his wares maybe a little too often.
Yeah. So he's got him now.
I got to draw him out in case he's watching.
I couldn't get rid of that idiot fast enough. I was just like, wow, this guy's he's killing me. Tatis had a really good year. He had a really good year.
He did. He did.
Julio had a really good year. I mean, Dern was very disappointing.
Yeah, he was.
Teoscar didn't have a really very good year. Not at all.
He gives you what you kind of expect from him, but he didn't go over and above as I thought he would being in that lineup.
No. I mean, when you look at Taylor Ward, who knew, right? Soderstrom was playing first base. Who knew? Neither of us had Riley Green. Buxton, we were both terrified he was going to get hurt.
The rookie phenom in Toronto is through the first inning.
Well, that's good work by him. Maybe in the third or fourth, the fans will show up, and it'll be like neither of us had Springer. That wasn't on anybody's.
No, well,
Springer and Buxton with their injury, and Springer was just.
Why would you have Springer on the list?
No,
as great as he is, he's the comeback story of the year. What great year, good for him. Former Tri-City Valley Cat, former Yukon Husky. But why would you have had him on your radar? He has done nothing in the last few years to warrant that.
No, and I wouldn't have, and we obviously wouldn't have had Brent Rooker on our outfield rankings because we'll look at the DH rankings, and I only did 2, 4, 8.
Well, Rooker didn't own a glove until he had to this year.
Until Kurtz came up. Then he had to do something, and they couldn't not put him in. And then he ends up being a finalist for Gold Glove. So he obviously, or not him, Soderstrom. And then Butler was disappointing, and they couldn't figure out center field, and they had to get his bat in a lineup. And
JJ Bleday was not
awful.
He's not a full-time player.
I mean, this is pretty interesting to me because Herrera offensively was better than Osuna and Rooker, yet he's ranked 6. Manzardo definitely had a better year than Ozuna. And the only reason Jordan's on here is just so we can talk about how much, the reason that the Astros were home was as much of him as anything else.
He's a guy, I fear him as a fan and an Astro hater. I don't like seeing the bat in his hands.
No, but you got to be in a lineup.
You got to be in the lineup, though.
And I mean, maybe he played a dozen games this year. He didn't play a lot. I mean, we did 7. Jock Peterson barely played.
Jock
Soler
Peterson was terrible. Jock Peterson did his team a favor by not playing, because when he did play, he sucked. He couldn't hit.
and we had almost the same rankings. Yoshida was actually pretty good in September for the Red Sox. He actually was pretty good, but if Anthony didn't get hurt, he wouldn't have gotten any at bats.
Yeah.
So
he's a bench piece.
So they got a problem. I mean, obviously Shohei and Schwarber are the class of this. We hate this. We hate this position. We hate that it's DH. We hate that players don't play enough games to be anything but a DH. We both hate it.
What's your read on Stanton? What's his near future?
Jesus. Well, he had such a good year. I think everything. I mean, I feel like this is every offseason with the Yankees, right?
Yep.
Bellinger's a free agent. If he wants 5 years, and I would sign him tomorrow. Even though he's older than Tucker, I'd sign him.
He fit well.
Instead of Tucker. I don't think Tucker can play in New York. Bellinger already proved that he could. I don't like it got to him. Tucker, playing in Houston, that's all nice and fine and well and good. When it started to get the shit hit the fan in Chicago, he did not do well. Grisham's a free agent. They got to figure that mess out. Dominguez, they need to make a decision on Dominguez. What are you going to like? Dominguez is either going to be in that outfield or he's going to be traded. There's no in between with him. He's either playing in the outfield next year as a full-time outfielder or a mostly time outfielder, or he's getting traded. It has to be one or the other. And if he has to go in a package for a Skubal, then so be it. Then goodbye. I mean, frankly, if it's a chance to get Skubal, I don't give a shit who you trade. Trade them all.
Yeah, but Grisham's expendable. You know why Grisham's expendable? You've gotten the best out of him.
Oh, you got a career year out of him.
He's not going to do that again.
But defensively, he's phenomenal. Right? So if you keep him for what he was before this year, then he's a perfect fit on that team. And then you got Spencer Jones lingering, and they need to make a decision on him one way or the other, whether they think he's, not going to strike out 300 times and he can play in the outfield. I mean, if they put Stanton in left and Spencer Jones in center and Judge in right, it'd be the starting lineup from the 1972 NC State Wolfpack at like 7 feet across the front line. I mean,
Tom McMillan,
huge. The fact that Stanton was able to play in the outfield last year was a godsend for the Yankees, especially when Judge was hurt. But he's going to be another year older. He's not going anywhere. You can't trade that contract unless you want to eat money. Plus, who wants him? I mean, plus, where are you going to trade him? You know what I mean? I'm sure he'd love to play in the West Coast. He's not going to the Dodgers. That position's already choked up.
Yep.
He's not going to San Diego because offense isn't their issue. All their entire pitching staff is basically free agents, so they got major pitching issues coming up. Plus, what are you going to get from them? They pretty much traded everybody they have that would be of value. So, I mean, it'd be nice if he could play 140 games. I mean, he had great numbers. He had great numbers this year. Power, average. He had a really good year. I mean, maybe you don't play him until June again next year. I don't know. You certainly can afford it. It's not like you're not going to make the playoffs. That's all that Hal seems to care about is being able to increase the cost of a chicken bucket and a beer by $5 each in the playoffs with that.
Did you see they let John Flaherty go from the Yes Network today after 20 years?
I thought John Flaherty was really good.
Yeah, I can't stand the people on the show, but I actually thought he was fair and even keeled.
Yeah. I mean, with Bellinger a free agent, I mean, Judge does have one costly drop in his career, but with Bellinger, Grisham, and Judge in the outfield, that's a
You
pretty
talking
good
about this one?
Yeah, that boy.
We remember that?
You can't help yourself.
I kept that one in the library just for you.
Yeah, thanks.
That's what I do.
That's really
I forgot about that button. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And when he did that, I went.
I forgot about the sound effects.
And then I wanted to reach through the phone and slap you. Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up. That's
Anytime.
That was fun.
Anytime.
That was a lot of fun. That was good times. That was good times all the way around.
All right. We should try to next week with the mock draft figure out a way that we can at least upload our teams.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right.
I can do it by round. I can do it. I'll be able to figure that out.
That will work.
I'm not liking my team, if I got to be honest with you.
Yeah, my closers are McGill and Kyle Finnegan, so I have 1.5. I'm not sure how that works. But.
Yeah, I have Bednar and Grant Taylor. I mean, I have a lot. My pitching staff, with the exception of Zach Gallen, is really young, man. Really, really young. Young. Like
I stole.
Hey, can I introduce you to my daughter? She's not far from your age. Like one of like that kind of young.
I stole Chandler Simpson in the 16th round, I think.
I got Spencer Steer super late. That was really surprising. Really surprising. I'll try to do it when I load it, I'll do it by round.
All right.
I'll do it not by team, but by round. And yeah, we'll recap. We'll do recap number 2. We'll do a World Series recap because it's very likely, well, no matter what,
it'll be over.
So we'll recap the World Series. We'll do pitchers and closers next week, and then we will be through our preseason effort versus the postseason actual. And then we'll start going into and then as we start rolling in here and get into toward the end of the year, we'll start getting into free agency position rankings for 2026 early. We're doing early position rankings.
Yeah.
Maybe we can talk the Tri-State Baseball Federation into doing a mock draft open.
During a podcast?
An open mock draft.
During the show?
That'd be awesome.
We could do that.
It'd probably take 90 minutes if we could get everybody to do it.
Well, maybe less because
we had a minute 30 timer today.
Yeah, you put a minute on it, and you got to factor out that 500-600 hours worth of alcohol will not be being consumed on a weeknight. Maybe.
Hey, speak for yourself.
You got to give percentages. You got to give likely odds.
We did a mock draft tonight, and I immediately cracked a beer, and I didn't even know why I did it.
Some of us had jobs.
Well, it was 6 o'clock.
I know.
6 o'clock. I mean, I was 2 hours late from my normal drinking time. So, I mean, it's like It's 6:00 mock draft. I'm like, hey, I got a draft. Crack. I just cracked open a Wursteiner Dunkel, and I'm still in Oktoberfest mode. So I'm just drinking all the Oktoberfest.
I'm sure we could get 12 for a mock draft. We could get Step Back and Ass Cracks, whatever his basketball team name is, Mr. Basketball, Jeff Rose. I'm sure would jump in for a team that
I'm sure our league, I'm sure the entirety of the league would do it. And even if they couldn't participate and they went on auto, that does add a different, that does add a different, because it happens in football, it happens in all the other sports that we do all the time, where somebody's like, yeah, I'll do it. And then they go on auto select, and then you look at their team afterwards because they're not thinking. Because we're all smarter, we're all dumber than we think we are. We're not as dumb as we think. We're dumber than we believe we are. And instead of overthinking, you just pick who you have to take. And then the next thing you know, you look at your team and you're like, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should do this more often.
All right.
That's my hockey team. I mean, I thought about the first 2 picks, and then I got distracted. And then the next thing I knew, the draft was over. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
I happen to be the only 3-0 team in the league, just for the record. And
you were 3-0 in head-to-head baseball too.
True. Yeah, and then PCA and James Wood decided to stop playing.
Yeah. Always blame it on somebody else. Don't take any accountability for your own ineptitude. No. Why would we start that today? That would be off brand for you.
Yeah. We don't do that here.
That's right. Key to success is knowing who to blame for your failures. That's how it works.
Absolutely. Huh. I don't see your Twitter feed on our distribution. It's supposed to be there.
Because my Twitter feed.
That's right.
My main Twitter feed is inactive right now because the people at the X, formerly known as Twitter, forget that in customer service, the word customer is first.
Got it.
And instead, I get in these fucking grok replies that just don't mean anything. And then I did send a thing in and said, give me a phone number so we can get this resolved. It looks like your account's active. Well, I can't get into it. So I'm going to have to enlist, I may have to enlist the help of my 19-year-old semi-hacker son.
There you go.
And have him help me figure this out. Because,
Sweet.
When in doubt, go to a kid who knows technology more than anybody. So he doesn't even know it, but he certainly does. So he should be able to help me. So fantasy baseball now has been my active Twitter account for the last now going almost 2 weeks.
All right.
I got to tell you, as I said last week, it hadn't been bad. I mean, I do kind of wish I was on Sunday for when Nick, God rest his soul, Nick Mangold.
Yeah, it's
died. Just awful. What a gut punch, man. Just a gut punch. Just awful. Right, 12 days after he made an appeal for a kidney, just terrible. And then to see Jet fans implode during the game and me argue with Jake Asman again for the 30th time about how he's an asshole fan, like that would have been great, especially after they won.
Yeah.
And then people bitching that they won because now we don't get to take some overdrafted, like half-ass quarterback at pick 1.
Yep.
Mendoza, we got to get Mendoza from Indiana. He's the guy. Okay. Certainly you've watched a lot of his games his entire college career.
It's too early to know that. I mean, I had this conversation.
Now that another purge of a huge contract buyout happened in LSU, watch, Garrett Nussmeier is going to be great. And he'll be right back at the top. He'll be right back at the top of the draft rankings by the end of the season because Kelly will be out of his way.
I had the conversation with Battlefield Bob a couple of weeks ago. In mid-August, this was considered a quarterback-rich draft.
Yeah.
And 2 months later, it's a thin quarterback draft. You know why?
In August, Lenora Sellers was the number 1 pick.
You got to let the games play out.
And Tank for Arch
was in Clemson. Cade Klubnik was a top 10 pick. Now Arch Manning was.
Drew Aller was a top 10 pick.
Drew Aller. I mean, you got to let the games play out. You know what? in 2 months from now, it might be a pretty decent quarterback class. You got to see
Could
what
be.
happens down the stretch.
They're playing big games. You never know what
Yeah,
happens. Ty
never know.
Simpson all of a sudden out of nowhere. He's because they're winning. Like he's the guy. I don't know. I like the kid from
I was
I like the
watching
kid from
Dante Moore
USC.
Award.
Frankly, I like the kid from USC a lot. To be honest with you, Makes
Yeah,
all
not this
pro.
week. He's going to get his ass handed to him Saturday night in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Probably not.
No, we're gonna bury.
It's a big
those
game.
balls.
That's a big game in the Big Ten.
It's a
Big
huge game.
In the Big 40. That's a big game.
Yeah. No, the lucky thing for me is my college hockey game I'm covering starts at 4. I'll be home right at 7:30, just in time for kickoff.
I'll be at a 5:30 80th birthday dinner on Saturday.
Sweet.
Trying to figure out which person that came in my car is going to be that's old enough to have a driver's license is going to be able to drive it home. Yeah, it's going to be a
awesomeness.
It's after I wear my scary teeth and poop head emoji hat for Friday night for giving out the poop head emoji hat for Halloween is what
you giving out candy or giving out like pencils or school supplies?
I'm giving out apples with razor blades and needles.
Oh, you're not supposed to
and then water bottles with acid in them.
You're not supposed to divulge that.
I know, but like the kids keep showing up. They make their parents eat the apples. I don't know. These kids today are smart.
They get it. They get it.
These kids today are smart. And I have a white van parked in front of my house at all time, just in case we're going to do a little snatch and grab and make a couple extra bucks on a kid. I don't know. I get 150 kids for Halloween. It's the second biggest holiday in this town next to 4th of July, and it's a blast. It's a lot of fun. It's going to be chilly. There's a little fire pit in my front yard for the kids to gather around. Cooler full of beer for the parents if they want one, and it's always fun. It's always fun. It's everybody terrified that their kids go trick or treating. Not here. Not here.
Dennis, welcome to the show.
Dennis, it was nice to see your dad get the leaves raked finally. Thanks for the pictures of your dad raking leaves. That was great. Awful. What a son. No sausage. Makes his dad rake leaves. I don't know, Dan. Falling off the cliff.
All right. So we are.
His next thing is probably going to try to buy land in Jamaica while it's cheap. That's good.
All right. So we will see you next Wednesday, 8:00. We will have a potentially new, I was going to say new World Series champion, potentially.
Well, there will be a new World Series champion. The question is will it be a repeat or will they have, or will it be, which one of us are you talking to? The question is, which city is going to burn to the ground during the parade? Nobody burns a city down like Canadians do when they win a title.
No, not in Toronto. No, Toronto's they're good. They're not Vancouver.
Yeah, or Montreal. Montreal, they just literally light every car on fire on the street. LA, they're looking for a reason to blow shit up. So yeah, they're nice. They're nice paraders in Toronto. There's no damage. What happened to the good old days where you turned a car?
I have the utmost respect for the good folks in Toronto. Even the panhandlers are super, super nice.
Yeah. Yeah. My recollection of panhandlers in Montreal is they were super nice too.
All right. So with that,
we're out.
We are out.
Like button, follow us.
I got through that whole thing without ripping the Montreal Canadiens for just being a fraud of a hockey team.
You almost did.
Almost. You had to bring it up.
Could have stopped, but you didn't.
No, I got to get that dig in because they suck. So anyway, next week, let's go a little engine that could. Let's finish this off.
Yeah, let's go. Little engine that could.
Pitchers and closers next week.
Ben.
Review
Thanks, big man.
and the look ahead. Thanks a lot, folks. Enjoy
Adios.
your week. Happy Halloween. Enjoy the trick or treating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll take the